Let's keep all comments to a minimum. Don't wanna.
Shit, fuck, piss.
Oh man! All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Talkin Moto podcast. Jason, are you with me?
Hello, America.
Woo! Now,
Actually, I guess technically, hello, the world.
globally, yes. I mean,
Yes,
it's tough.
worldwide.
And just bringing in the intro there. Are you back to power? You have power. Are you not
Oh,
running on the Jenny?
we're all powered up. We got plenty of electricity. The furnace is working. The TV's working. And you know what? It's all because Donald Trump is president.
Wow. It's a great start to the week, isn't it?
Really is. It really is.
We'll have to talk some politics. I think it's great. I'm actually
Woohoo! I'm down.
but shoot. All right, here we go. Monday, you know, we switched it. I guess we were kind of Tuesday for a little while last year.
Yeah,
Right?
it was dumb.
Let's go back to Monday. Monday's good. And
Mm-hmm.
so here we are, already round 3. Boy, I don't know if you watched the races, Jason.
Season's over.
Did something happen? I don't know, but we got a few things. We have a return of one. We have some disqualifications, and a big player out for a while. Um, and I kind of feel bad. I didn't plug any of this stuff last episode. So if you guys are ordering anything on Amazon, please use the Talkin Moto link. So talkinmoto.com. Click on the little Amazon banner, and it should link you right to Amazon.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah. Keep trying it. Um, I gotta quit saying Coors Light's already kicking in, ladies and gentlemen.
Um, um,
Ooh. Hang
um.
on.
Sound like a guy that I work with. Every time before he says something, it's
Shoot. So we got the social media, Twitter at Talkin Moto, the Instagram at Talkin Moto Podcast, and of course on Facebook at Talkin Moto. Uh, I like. I'm starting to. I go back and forth with the Instagram. You post things. You get your hashtags in there. People find you. Blah blah blah. But man, I don't want to say scam, or can we just say the shit that's on Instagram sometimes can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't look at Instagram all that much. I post stuff every now and then, but you know, it's kind of funny when people when I see notifications that people are following me on Instagram. I actually tend to feel really sorry for those people. It's like, I don't know what you think you're gonna see because I don't do much on Instagram.
I just think it's like it's the whores. Can we say that? The whores on Instagram?
Whores.
I
Yeah, there's
just
tons of Instagram whores.
I get the same thing when I post the podcast to SoundCloud, and before, like, the second it's done, it has a like or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, who likes it? And I'm like, oh yeah, all I see is your ass and your boobs. which is all right, I guess. But like after a while, it's like,
I find that kind of entertaining. I actually kind of like that. You get the you can't even pronounce their name, and all of a sudden they're following you, and then bam, ba bam, 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 bam. They like everything you've ever put on there, and it's like, hell yeah, I'm popular. Yeah. Oh, what's that? You don't exist? Who cares?
so I like to share that stuff on the Talkin Moto Facebook if people follow along. Um, it'd be like, oh yeah, look at or what do I say? Like, Talkin Moto podcast has the greatest fans, and it's just like some lady with her boobs hanging out
I think your latest post on Facebook should be our new Talkin Moto logo.
with the beers.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I
We got.
like that.
They need to. They need to like sponsor the show, right?
I don't know.
I mean, if we could get a case
We
of beer
tried
or two.
that. We tried that sellout thing once. It took all the fun out of it. We weren't able to swear. We weren't able to do what we wanted to do. We're
People,
back to being independent. We're not sellouts here.
you're right. And this Coors Light still tastes damn good.
I gotta keep you on a short leash, man. The minute you think, hey, opportunity, you're willing to just sell the farm.
You're right. Sorry. All right.
I know I'm right. You don't gotta tell me.
So we're okay. So we got. Yeah, where are we at here? Okay, so got the social media out of the way. We're still on.
Socialist media.
Yes, we're still on the SoundCloud. We kind of talked the first podcast of the year about maybe switching it. So right now we're gonna have to keep things where they're at. So SoundCloud is still good. Stitcher is still good. iTunes. You can go YouTube. Check us out there. And of course, Twitch TV. So, excuse me.
Cha.
But with the Twitch, you guys gotta go twitch.tv/TalkinMoto, or you can just go to talkinmoto.com. I have a link right on the homepage, so click on that, and then head over to Twitch and make sure you hit the little. It's like a little heart in the upper right corner. You can follow the podcast. So when we do go live, boom, it should notify you, or you can turn notifications on, or if you want you can turn them off, but prefer you turn them on, so then that
Hmm.
way when we do go live and you forget, I don't know what else you're doing on a Monday night, should be listening to us, you'll get a little email or a little chirpy chirp on your phone, be like, hey, Talking Moto Lives live. That's
And we
not
won't
right.
be like those annoying people that go live on Facebook and you get that notification. You're like, ooh, what's going on? And it's like so and so is live with a video of their dog eating. Does that only happen to me? I feel like that must only happen to me.
It's okay.
I don't get the whole going live thing. I don't understand it. I'm old fashioned.
I like doing the go live when we're bored, like when we're sitting in the fish house and the fish aren't biting and you're just kind of chilling. Hey, let's go
Mm,
live. Let's see who else is doing nothing that wants to watch me do nothing.
like I said, I don't get it. I really don't. Not to mention the fact that I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to go live when I don't want to go live.
You got to be careful. You don't want to be
Yeah. What if I'm sitting on the toilet and I accidentally go live?
right. That you got to be professional. Or you
I
could
mean,
get,
I don't even know how to go live, to tell you the truth.
of course
If
you
I
could.
wanted to go live, I think it would only happen by accident.
And once you go live, that's it. It's out there. I don't know if you can delete that shit. Gotta be careful. Um. All right. Should we get into it? Are you ready?
Oh, we're not into it yet?
No. No. No.
All
No.
right. All right.
We got
All
the
right.
we got the business end of things taken care of. So we're on the right track tonight. So I'm happy about that. Now, I have a slight list, and like always, I'm sure we'll bounce around. But first thing on the agenda, and
what
and for those that
is
have, what?
what is this? A meeting?
No, it's not a me. I'm a. I, all right. I'm gonna get this off my chest right away. What I did, or what I've been doing, is I start a little. I'm a Google Docs guy when it comes to the podcast, and
Hmm.
if anyone knows me, I get really I don't know. I want to say random. Like I could be talking to you, and I'll get this idea that'll just pop into my brain, right? And I need to write it down before I forget it, because 2 seconds later I could have lost it, right? So I got the Google
I've
Docs.
I've noticed I've noticed this about you. Yes.
I get shiny things. You got to keep me
Yes.
focused. So I like
Squirrel.
so I like to write everything down, and there's a few points that I had written down, and I'm a little bummed, and I don't know. I'm only bummed if people think this way about it. And what I'm trying to say is like there was things that I had written down that I thought would be pretty cool to talk about tonight, and I happened to go on Racer X this afternoon, and I was like, son of a bitch. Like, those are like the exact same things, you know, that a guy from the couch saw either social media wise or on TV to talk about. And
Hmm.
I just don't want people to think like, oh, these jackasses just went on Racer X and that's all they're talking about what they post. I had this shit written down before. I just wanna clear the air there.
I feel like you're making excuses.
None
Since
excuses.
since when do we care about this? We don't care about anything.
True. Okay, you got me there. All right, so forget I said anything. Okay, so for people that have been playing along, and if you got any ideas for this poll question, which I think's been kind of fun, um, last week's poll question was how many total wins do you think Roxon will get in the 2017 Supercross season?
How many people said two?
And my response was if you could have answered two, you would have been correct. But unfortunately for not only Roxon, but the poll question, that wasn't even an option. But I guess I could go to the website and view the results. I had a few people voting in on it. So 9 to 12 was the winning amount. So I don't know.
You blew it, man.
But so yeah, do we want to talk about Roxon right out of the get go, or do we want to ease into that one?
Don't care. It's all you.
Let's yeah, oh shoot. All right. See, now I'm getting sidetracked.
You have to put some blinders on you.
I know. I know. Actually, what I need to do is I need another monitor. That's what we need.
I need like 5 or 6 to be happy.
All right. There we go. Now we're straight. Um Mike's checking in. Mike Bottleson. Boom. There we go. We got people on the West Coast checking in.
Hello, Mike.
So he's hanging out in the chat room. All right. So we'll
Is
get to
anybody else
Roxon.
hanging out with him?
He's chasing chickens, he says.
No, I said, is anybody else hanging out with him?
Oh, just me.
Chasing chickens.
All right. So the good news about round 4, hopefully, unless they flood the shitters, we shouldn't have any issues with precipitation.
Don't say it, dude. Why?
What? Are they gonna
Why are
flood? Are they gonna flood the toilets?
you gonna jinx it?
Oh shoot! All right, so a third week in a row, it's been raining, and I don't know. It's a tough deal. It gets rid of, uh, like Mike. He's in the chat room, so he's out there giving it a go. So I guess I don't know if this is the case for all the guys out there, but I'm sure there's a lot of guys that they need or want that free practice. You know, and then no free practice because of the rain. So then you pretty much got to jump in it and give her hell right out of the get go. So that's not good. I would like
No,
my free practice.
if I didn't get free practice, I wouldn't race. That's not a problem because I'm never going to be able to anyway. But
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. My skill set wouldn't allow me to just jump and go. But I don't know.
mm-hmm.
You,
Mm-hmm.
what? Is that bad?
Nothing,
Okay.
nothing.
So that's about all I got for the weather report. But yeah, they got a roof. So dear God, let's hope for a dry track. If someone plugs the shitter and it gets flooded, well, nothing we can do
What
about
happens if
that.
what happens if the roof collapses? I mean, it's happened.
True. Well, there's just some things that are out of our control. That'd be one of
Just
them.
log in. Why is it asking me to log in?
Oh, you should. You should log in, create an account on Twitch, and follow the podcast.
Now I gotta have another password and another username.
Yep, that is exactly what you got to do.
Okay.
Wow, I'm getting all sorts of sideways here. But yeah, like when I saw posts during the week, I'm just seeing all the rain, and it's like, shit. Like I thought it was just gonna be a complete mud fest. So they did another awesome job. I'm sure what you can't see on TV. I'm sure it's a lot more rutted and nasty than what we can see or tell. But it looked a lot better than what I thought it was gonna be.
I would agree 100% with that. I didn't have a whole lot of hopes for this race because I figured the track was just going to be disgusting. But even earlier in the day, we were over at Cedar Lake and they had race day live going. It's like, are they even ever going to start today? It looks like there's water out there.
Yep. So you know, it's good that they're getting. I don't know. You think we'll ever have is just? I suppose if it rains during or right before, then there's nothing they can do. But I don't think it rained on Saturday. A little towards the end, but
Yeah, a little bit of rain, but nothing terrible.
nothing terrible. Uh, all right. Are you ready for? I know this is gonna sound shocking. I have a rant,
Oh boy.
and this is I know nothing about anything, so this is just what I see, and this is just my platform to vent my opinions. So I think it's great. Malcolm Stewart is was back. So what did I say? On Tuesday, I saw a pic of his 7ride365.com on the old Instagram. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I made a note, will he be there? Like, and I think I made a post on someone on Facebook, like, It's great. Him, his brother, whoever, like, you're coming back, awesome. But like, I'll start to get a little warm and tingly like when I see you on the track, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
see an Instagram post of, "Hey, look at me. I'm going to A2," and then you don't show up, right?
I'm not getting fired up until I see dreads flying.
There you go. That's exactly it. So, I'm like, "All right, cool. He made it." And I saw him out there, and I'm kind of checking in on the race day live on, watching what I can, and I see Malcolm out there, and I'm like, I'm like, why why is he out there with the A group, right? Like, first race of the season, like, I don't know. I guess I feel like he shouldn't have been out there. So, and I thought it was funny cuz like at that same time they were talking about, "Oh, I don't see Purcell out there. He must still be hurt from whatever he crashed last weekend or something." So, I don't see him out there. They make note of it on Race Day Live, and they're like, "All right, that's it." And then, a couple minutes goes by. Then here comes the B group, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's Purcell. He's out of the top, whatever, 22 in points. He's got to ride that B group," which was funny because then I saw on Racer X today that they made a video or whatever about. I guess they give him one shot to to get or to prove themselves or something. I don't know. I just like the dude's not hasn't been out there all year. You're clearly not in the points. Like, you should be with that group. And I get it, like he's a lot better than, half the guys out there, but like you should be in that B or C group. Is that am I stupid?
No, I mean, definitely agree with you. I mean, why do they just take him and throw him in the A group? I don't know. I don't know what the process is there. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that, but um, yeah, I guess I don't know. I think your argument is valid.
Yeah, like I don't know. It 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 made me think of and this could be completely off subject, like a lot of my thoughts, but like, remember when they used to have the provisionals? Like, yeah, you qualified on a provisional, but like you didn't qualify. You had to use your provisional, Like, why have qualifying if you have to use a provisional? Do you remember that shit? Or is that just me?
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm sidetracked. I'm trying to figure out how to, you know, get a login for this thing.
It's all right. I'll calm down. Getting all bent out of
Oh,
shape.
okay, Scott.
I don't.
Yes.
And like,
I think it's a very valid argument, and I'm kind of shocked that they would just take him and throw him out there in the A group.
mm-hmm.
You know, like you say, I don't see him putting him in the C group to start with, but yeah, I think that's kind of weird.
I don't know. Like, and I get it. Like, yeah, this week he should be. I'm not saying that he shouldn't belong in that A group. I'm just saying that for your first race, like you shouldn't, you shouldn't even been in the A group. You should have been in that B group. I don't know.
I think you've made your point. I think I don't think anybody's arguing with you. I think you're picking an argument with yourself right now, which is entertaining. But dude, the horse is dead. Stop beating it.
You're right. I'm gonna calm down now.
Why won't this let me create a login, Scott?
Did you go to Twitch.tv?
No.
That's where you gotta go. Do you have a
Okay,
Do you have a fan going?
carry on.
No.
My lovely furnace just kicked on.
Hmm.
Why?
I'm hearing a little static. I don't know what it is.
That's weird. I'm not hearing anything, and I got the mic turned way down tonight too.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll continue. Mike,
Hmm.
Mike, can you give us a little quality check? Is everything good in the? Are we coming through clear?
Check 1 2. Check.
See there, it's good there. I don't know. Damn interwebs.
I'll stop blowing on the mic.
I don't know what it could be me. Who fucking could be my heater? I'll
Now
shut.
I'm on Twitch.tv and I can't figure out how to do it.
You just got to be careful because sometimes it'll start playing and then you're gonna get the wicked feedback. That's what we had a little issue with before. Mike says we're all good, by the way. Nice.
Sweet.
Woohoo!
Good to know. Good to know.
It could have
Know
been.
how to operate this thing.
That's fine. All right.
Oh, it's not fine. I want to get in the chat room, dude.
All right. Hang on. We can do a tutorial during the podcast. All right. You need to head over to twitch.tv.com. Hopefully this doesn't start playing. Wait for it. Good. Okay.
Thought it was just Twitch.tv.
What did I say?
Twitch.tv.com.
Oh, fuck. Ah, oh, jeez. What is this,
God.
amateur hour? Yes,
Yes.
twitch.tv.
Yes, it is.
All right.
I'm switching to desktop mode.
There should be something on the upper right corner for you to create an account.
Here we go. Sign up. You can't do it from the
Mobile?
mobile.
Ah,
Yes.
gotcha.
And in the interest of keeping the broadcast quality where it is, I'm doing it on my phone.
Cool. All right. Well,
This 30-day trial crap. Does that mean it's going to start charging me for this?
no. Oh, okay. Now, for you Amazon users, this will totally not affect us, the Talkin Moto podcast. I'll give you a little shakedown, if you will, of Twitch. And so there's a lot of guys, or people, I should say, that I follow on Twitch, and they play. A lot of people use Twitch for video games. So, like right now, if you're tuning in live, you'll see I got the track up, with kind of the 450 podium, 250 podium. So a lot of the guys will use their video games, so they have that in the background, right? So you can see them playing their game. They'll have like a webcam, so you actually can see, their face. And then there's all kinds of crazy stuff people use. They use like an overlay that'll say like Jason, if you were to follow the podcast, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
had it turned on, we get like this. You can have it be whatever the hell you want. That's kind of the great thing. We could have like a dirt bike guy whipping it over, and it'll be like whatever your username or your name that you created. It'll say, let's just say it says Jason. It'll say Jason is now following, right? And then we can have it be like big old whippertail guy, and that would pop up on the screen. So like people will get kind of notified that way, and so forth, right? So here's where it gets kind
Mm-hmm.
of, people think it's, when I tell them I watch people play video games online, they kind of look at me like I'm an idiot, right? I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. So you kind of get like a following going, and the more people you get to follow, eventually, like right now, say we had 500, 1,000, whoever people right now listening to us live. If you get an audience what that would tune in, that much, you can get partnered with Twitch, right? And that's kind of where that Twitch Prime, well, it's kind of a connection with that Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is your, like you have Amazon and you have the Amazon Prime. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get this Twitch Prime for free. And what that would do is it would allow you to subscribe to one's channel, right? You following?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's free for anyone to follow anybody on Twitch. But if you want to subscribe to someone, one, they have to be big enough to get a sub button. But if they do get the sub button, it's like $5 a month. So Twitch gets a little kick. Your whoever's running the channel gets a little kick of that money. Make sense?
Interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, it's whatever 250, 249, whatever it shakes out to be. Um, but it's like, some of the people like, they have 10,000 subscribers, 9,000 subscribers, and that's a monthly deal. So what is it? 9,000 times 250? What, you're at 22,000 or whatever it is a month that guy gets just from subscribers.
Hmm.
That's pretty damn good for playing video games.
Pretty crazy.
So then you get everything else. It's just you get your sponsorships, blah 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 blah. There's a guy that I follow, and I was like, God, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna just see how much money this guy makes in an hour. Now, granted, he's not doing this every hour, but there's also days where I'm sure he's making a hell of a lot more than what I captured in this hour, right?
Hmm.
So in this hour of time, this guy made $500 playing video
Wow.
games. That's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I mean, $500 an hour doing anything is pretty damn impressive.
Mm-hmm. So that's a little breakdown. So yeah, your Twitch Prime, if you got the Amazon Prime, you get that already. You just have to click on it, and that would allow you to subscribe to a channel that has a sub button for free. So then there's all kinds of other benefits that go along with it, but we can get to that later or a
Gotcha.
different day. Are we all educated on Twitch?
Yep.
Did you get signed up?
Yep.
Super. All right, back to action. All right, we went over the Stewart rant. Um, let's just keep going. What is now? We haven't talked about this, but what is your reaction to the whole Anderson and Freeze little debacle?
Um, I feel like if it was anybody other than Freezy, Anderson probably would have just been like, "Yeah, whatever." Instead, he just completely lost his mind and ended up being an idiot.
Do you think his move on the track was bad?
No, not at all. I think Anderson totally tried to square up the corner and ran into him.
I kind of felt like the only guy on the planet the other night that was like, I don't think Freezy did anything wrong there. I mean, the corner before, I don't know if anyone even noticed, but Stewart pushed him all the way up to the tough blocks, right? And cuts
Hmm.
down, and Anderson passed what, two or three guys in one corner there. Cuts down they go down the track, and yeah, he simply squared it up. And like, to me, if two guys, I mean, they hit in the middle of the corner. Like, I don't, if Freezy would have like teed him up, like maybe like a Alessi style teed him up, maybe it'd be different. But like, to me, they kind of look like they hit facing the same direction. Anderson was just cutting down. Freeze was running in there. They hit in the middle of the corner. Like, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, I don't. Much as it pains me to say it, I don't think Freezy did anything wrong in that situation other than the fact that he was there and he's him.
Yep. And then I don't know if did I share? I think I shared it on the Facebook page. I was I don't know if you want to call it the trenches. I was surfing around on Vital today. Man, that was entertaining. And there was so on TV they just kind of show what Anderson yelling at him, and then they go kind of back into the tunnel, and he kind of slaps him on the back of the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what happened before that?
Mm, I mean, I saw them bitching at each other.
Oh yeah, there's Anderson takes another shot at Freezy before like what you saw on TV.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, like he hits him, and then they kind of he starts yelling. Then they kind of go into the tunnel, and then he hits him again, and then his mechanic pushes him or whatever, and he falls down.
I found that part hilarious.
But like they're all going on about like assault and like Freezy should be penalized or disqualified or whatever. But like I don't like I don't really think. I think if Freezy's mechanic would have just straight up pushed him down, maybe it would have been different. But like Anderson went after him once, then whatever, they're just blowing smoke at each other when they're going away, and then he hits him again. I don't, I don't know. I just, to me, Anderson, is this the first time we've ever seen anybody do anything to Anderson? Or am I just blind or could be brain farting too? But, Anderson's been pushing people around for a while.
Oh
So,
yeah, I mean, especially in the 250s. I mean, he was kind of known for that. So I was I was really surprised to see him react the way he did. You know, I obviously it's frustration, but I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say I'm surprised because I'm not surprised because I mean anybody can sink to that level, but I don't know. Was a little,
he flipped his shit.
but I don't feel like you're the only one out there with that attitude towards it because I mean I was kind of watching the Facebook and the Twitter all night that night. I saw a lot of people with that same attitude.
That's good. Good to hear.
So you're not alone.
Okay, good. That's good. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess if you're in that situation, it's tough, And I just if you're t-bowing people up, then I'm not cool with it. But like to me, I just didn't see that big a deal with it. I mean, yeah, Roxon went down, or Roxon, Anderson and Muskin both went down, but yeah, I don't. I even went back and tried to watch it a couple times, and I'm like, yeah, like you guys hit in the middle of the corner, and then not like the middle at the top, like the middle halfway down.
I think you're overanalyzing it. I think it's pretty obvious that Anderson went to square it up and boom, he was there.
Yep,
End of story.
done. All right. So quit busting Freezy's balls for this one.
You can keep busting Freezy's balls. He deserves it.
Oh, fine. All right, so we got that out of the way. And well, I'm glad I went back and was watching the races when I got home from work today because I had to adjust my notes a little bit. And this, I get it. Like Dungy's, well, should we say, is like the face of Supercross now, right? That's not out of line? He's the
No.
top guy, one of
Yeah.
the top guys. I thought it was a little cheesy that when Rocks or man, I need another beer. I think I'm getting all crisscrossed.
Maybe less beer.
So Dungy goes down in the heat race. Like okay, Dungy's down. Like He's not hurt. I don't need to watch him roll around the track in like the split screen thing. Like, okay,
I was waiting to see him get run over the way he was kind of cutting track and like, dude, where are you going?
it's just like I don't want to watch Dungy roll around. Like, you can keep talking about him. I think that's fine, but like, I just didn't think that that was, you know, that big a deal. But why I bring that up is I don't know if that was the same heat race, next heat race, but Bogle crashes, right? And he takes a
Mhm.
pretty good digger, and there's like nothing. Like, I thought he was done for the night, and I don't remember seeing him. I didn't see him in the results. I'm like, huh, what the heck? So then I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm on his Instagram and whatever, bruised ribs or something, and I was like, where's the little catch up on Bogle there? You know, like give me a little dirt on what's going on there, not like following Dungy's mechanic. Like, yeah, broke the throttle housing. Like, they'll be fine. You know, but
Yeah.
I I being too picky.
No, I mean, Bogle was just kind of forgotten about. I mean, I kind of felt the rest of the night like, all right, where the hell is Bogle? What's going on there? But he did come back, but didn't do very well.
Right, and I was like
Oh boy, number two.
40. Hang on, we've been live for 41 minutes.
Go easy on that stuff now.
I'll sleep good tonight. But yeah, because I thought he was done after that because I saw he was at the hospital, couldn't breathe, or having troubles breathing, bruised ribs, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, geez, maybe they could have said something at the pod or on the show, but it's like nothing. And I was like, huh. And then I didn't think, like I said, then I checked the results. I didn't see him in the main, which I don't, I would expect him to be in the main.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when you fold yourself in half, I could see why you might not be there, but there's been times on TV where, yeah, the races now are 20 minutes, 22 minutes long, and they only say five guys' names the whole race. So it's
Yeah.
very easy for one to get overlooked on the television coverage. So yeah, I had to go back, and when I was rewatching it, I'm like, oh, he did line back up for the semi, but
Yeah. But that was it.
tough go, tough go.
That had to hurt like a son of a bitch. I mean, he just smoked them bars with his chest.
I do not miss that feeling at all. Not the folding yourself in half. I'm talking that half second, before. Like,
Where you're thinking, what's gonna happen now?
yeah, like he knows this is not well, and you're just kind of hanging on for the ride. But
Yeah.
tough SOBs.
Been there a lot.
Woofed. All right, got the Bogle out of the
Back
way.
to the last time I rode, I had that experience.
This last weekend,
No, not this last weekend.
did you race this last weekend?
No, I did not.
Did you go out? Did you make it out to Cedar Lake?
Yeah, I went.
You see
It
how
was
I getting sidetracked, but I'm all right with
it
it.
was I was playing mechanic this weekend. I wasn't riding.
Good times.
That was all right. It's always hard being at the track when you're not riding, but I had a buddy that really wanted to go, and I knew that if I didn't go, he wasn't going to go, and I didn't want to be that guy that spoiled it for him. So, unfortunately, I have to take some time off right now, but I figured I'd cruise over there and help him out. So, we had a good time.
That is very generous of you, Jason.
Well, I sure felt like it was, you know. Had to drive over there all by myself, had to drive home all by myself. But no, if I didn't want to go, I wouldn't have gone. But it's anybody that ever has ever done that knows that it kind of sucks being there. And it doesn't help when everybody's asking, well, why aren't you riding? Why aren't you riding? Why aren't you riding? It's like, you just want to like grab the mic during the riders meeting and go, yes, I'm here. No, I'm not riding. Don't ask me about it.
Oh shoot. Oh man. Well, I won't ask. But you had fun, hopefully. So
Oh, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. Some good races over there this year. I mean, both races I've been to, there's been some action, so it's been a lot of fun to watch.
cool. It would be fun to make it. It's a hell of a commute for me.
Yeah,
But
it can be. It was not a fun drive home. It was foggy on the way home, so it's kind of an interesting little commute home for me, but kind
uh,
of funny because well, it's not really funny, but my whole goal was to get over there, get the races in and get home in time for the wild game,
mm,
and then watch the wild game and then watch Supercross. And thinking, yeah, we're looking good on time, and then a couple of kids got together and had a pretty good wreck, and had to wait for them to haul one of them away, and kind of put a little damper on my timeline. So the whole time I'm thinking, damn it, no, I'm gonna have to listen to the hockey game on the way home in the truck. Not real happy about it. Got home, turned on the TV. They were 2 minutes into the first period. I was like,
boom.
yes. Luckily, the game started an hour later than I thought it did. So
They've been doing pretty good, haven't they?
been on a roll. Been on a roll. Lost last night, but that will happen. So
I think that I don't watch them all the time. It's kind of more of a when I'm kind of channel surfing and I catch and I see they're on, I'll watch it. But I think it was boy, a couple days, maybe a week ago. They were smoking someone. It was like five something nothing. I don't. It might have been even more than that by the end of it. But
yeah,
they were lighting them up.
it's probably Chicago.
Uh, but yeah, it's always good. One of my friends out here, he's a big Penguins fan, and
Why?
I don't know. He's a Penguins fan. Like he'll drive out to Pittsburgh to go catch a game.
Really?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So this was earlier in the season. He's like, "Hey, you wanna go to Buffalo Wild Wings? The Penguins are playing the Wild." I'm like, "Sure. What the hell? I need to get out of the house. We'll go grab something to eat, have a beer, and have a good time." So we get there and whatever the Wild scored and what like like I'm rooting for the Wild, but I really could care less either way. If they win or lose. And Penguins score, it's 1-1, and then the Wild score, and then I think the Wild scored again. So it's like 2-1, then it's 3-1, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, how long do you want to stay? Like, I really don't want to stay and watch the whole game at Buffalo Wild Wings. And he goes, maybe we'll finish the second period or whatever, and then we'll go. I'm like, all right, fair enough. And like the second period has just started. We're a couple minutes in, and I'm sitting there BSing with him, and all of a sudden he's like, "That's it, I'm out of here. I can't watch this." And the Wild scored again. I was like, "All right, dude, cool. Let's get out of here." But
I can be that way when the Wild aren't doing well. It's like, yeah, I don't even want to watch this.
uh, I will say it was like me last night or yesterday when I was watching the Packers game. It's just like I don't care whatever sport it is, um, if you win or lose, but like if you look like a monkey fucking a football, like I can't watch that, you know? Like you guys aren't doing anything. Like if you're in any like even whatever your team is for football, like you're offsides, quarterback throws you the ball, it hits you right in the hands, there's no one within 10 yards of you and you drop it. It's like what do you do with that, you know? I can't help you. I can't
You
make
had
you.
one job to do.
Yeah, but it is what it is. See, we get all sideways on this show.
It's okay, dude. Who cares?
All right, back to it. All right, we can talk about this because it just happened. Um, Roxon
Rocks.
crashing out. What
Crazy.
I honestly was a little pissed actually when I first saw it. Like,
What are you pissed about?
oh, it's like I'm like I want to say my words were like, come on, dude, really? Like, because I wasn't my focus was not 100% on the races. I had the races on, but I was doing something else. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm on my computer and I look over and I just see him crashing. I'm like, ah. I'm like, I don't know. From a fan side, is like, you don't want to see that. I think when you watch it again, that's pretty scary. And I mean, yeah, what he's got a broken arm, dislocated elbow, dislocated wrist. I think it could have been a hell of a lot worse, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, his arm definitely took the brunt of it.
Yeah. But it's just like, holy shit, dude. Like that was gnarly. Um,
No, there was definitely. I watched it again yesterday, and I mean, I knew it was coming, and I kept thinking, "Oh, is this the lap? Oh, nope, not yet." And it'd be like coming into that rhythm section again. I'm like, "Oh, this. Oh, no, it wasn't that lap. Thank God." And man, I still got chills yesterday when I saw it. It was. It's not very often you see a guy hit the ground and his helmet just explodes, and that's pretty much what happened. It was a tough one to watch. That's for sure.
mhm. Yeah, I don't.
I
Yeah.
still don't. I don't know. I still don't know if I feel like he was like thrown off the bike or if he was trying to bail. Because I feel like he didn't need to bail. If he bailed, I feel like it was not necessary. I really feel like he'd have been better off to stay on the bike and probably could have rode it out if he did. But it's really hard to tell, especially when you watch it at full speed. It looks like he was just completely thrown off the bike and there was nothing he could do. But slow mo makes it look like he bailed, and
Mhm.
I don't know. It's hard to say, but and you don't know until you're in that situation how you're going to react to that situation. But um, I have never bailed from my bike. I think I'd have to be pretty well just completely screwed to even consider bailing, and I don't know. Just I never get the idea of bailing from the bike. I just feel like you got one more thing to kind of cushion the blow if you keep the bike underneath you.
I've bailed once, and the result was not very good. That's how I shattered my foot into little itty bitty pieces. But I cased a jump, and I think I cased it, and the bike went this way, and Scott went the other way. So I feel like I didn't have a choice, but either way, when I left the ground with my motorcycle and I stopped tumbling, I guess, I was without my motorcycle.
Hmm.
So it was a good time.
And when you say it like that, I mean, there's a time. I mean, when I obliterated my leg, it's a good possibility if I had bailed from the bike, maybe I would have come out better off. I don't know. So it's hard to say.
Do you think? I don't know. Like when I saw that, like Vegas for Monster Cup, that was kind of a wet environment that day too. Correct? If my memory is right.
Yeah, it was.
So you think it's and I they were talking about it today. Like the tracks get, it's wet. They're throwing the tarps down, but those transitions are still getting the water.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know. I could see that playing a factor. Um, but like the same thing happened to him at Monster Cup, if I remember right. He kind of.
Well, it was a little different situation, but
All right, I'll have to refresh.
the 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 thing with what happened at Monster Cup is uh,
Oh,
that
he
that
overjumped.
crash was that
Right.
crash was completely preventable because he overjumped the first one and he decided to go for the triple after it anyway, where he could have doubled the second one and he would have been just fine. But like he said at that time, he was just riding with so much confidence that he knew that he screwed up the first one, but he thought, I got the second one, no problem. But man, he didn't.
Well, like it's just kind of what was going through my brain today when I'm listening and watching it again. It's just, you know, you think you're, especially in the rhythm section, right? Your time, you got to be kind of spot on there. And
There isn't a whole lot of room for error, that's for sure.
right, and I'm just thinking like, all right, so if it is soft, I don't know. He was definitely further because I think the lap before or laps before, he was kind of more in the middle. And when he hit this one, he was further left than I think I saw him
Yeah,
hit it.
he from what it looked like, he was in the best spot you could be in that transition. I mean, the rest of that area of the track was rutted up way worse. So I don't know if it was just because that spot over there hadn't been used, and if it was because it was still soft and it wasn't rutted out. The thing that kind of got me is you didn't see very many guys actually on that rhythm to where they were ending up in that part. If you actually did, trying to think back on how that rhythm worked. But see, Roxon wasn't really doing this like the step on, step off that table. He was jumping that table, and that's how you ended up in that spot.
The
And
triple.
if you actually jumped on the table, then you ended up jumping over that spot. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of weird because I was kind of thinking that even a couple laps before that was like, man, why are you on that rhythm? That spot's gonna kill you. And then it did.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. There's just a lot happening right there. You got your in any section like so there you're tripling right. You say you over jump it, and then that bike's got a G out when you land, come back up. I don't know. I just I don't know. It's a shitty
Yeah,
deal.
hard to say. It's a bummer. I mean, you can't help but feel right now like it's over. I mean, I'm not saying Dungy's gonna win out, but and obviously anything's possible. He could make a mistake too, but I don't know. It kind of took some of the fire out of this season, that's for sure. And just bummed for Oxen. I guess I think a lot of people are starting to not like him just because he's doing so well. But um, I don't know. Just kind of me personally, I'm kind of bummed for him. I was looking forward to seeing somebody else go on a tear, and I wanted Dungy to battle him. I wanted a battle all season, but I was pretty excited to see Roxon do well.
Right. Yep, I will. I'd agree. And then I don't know. I'm sure there's jackasses out there who'll be, you know, Dungy wins because Roxon's not out there. But I don't know. I don't think you could say that. Like,
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. We won't ever know. You know, was he going to have enough in the tank to go after Dungy? You know, Dungy didn't exactly have a huge lead.
mm-hmm.
So what's to say? Rox was kind of falling back from Sealy there for a couple laps, and it wasn't really sure if he was going to be in the position to make a move on Sealy and then move up towards Dungy. Obviously, something happened with Sealy. I don't know what it was. I watched it yesterday again, hoping I would find out where Marvin actually got around Sealy because they never really showed that. They were, busy talking about Roxon, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, Muskin's in second. How'd that happen?
Right. um, I just had something in my brain
So
and it went away.
it might kind of, I guess, talking it out, thinking about it, looking back over, maybe it's not as over as we think it is. Maybe Marvin will have something for him. Sealy definitely looked good for the first half of the main, so maybe he's got for him something for him.
Well,
Hopefully Troy Lee puts that gear away that they had at A2 and never brings that stuff out again because that was hideous.
I think what it makes total sense. Like, have we had a battle really in either class? And I guess you could say uh, it's San Diego, Roxon and Dungy. I mean, they kind of I don't know cat. I don't want to say cat and mouse, but like pretty much whoever starts out front, you know, finishes in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, it makes sense, right? It's just I don't know. It,
Well, I felt like we were fixing to see a battle between G and Roxon on Saturday night. I really thought Roxon would end up catching him. Maybe it would be a three-way battle with Muskin or Sealy getting in there as well. I didn't feel like Dungy was pulling away by any means, so I was excited for a battle. I was more bummed about that after Roxon crashed. It's just like, man, here I thought this was going to be good, and it just completely fell apart.
exploded.
But yeah, I mean, we've seen some decent battles in the 250s, but I haven't seen much in the 450s yet this year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We shall see. All right. Where are we at? I think I think the whole Roxon thing has me. I guess I don't want to say flustered, but like I didn't write anything down for the lights class.
Why not, man?
I don't know. Like I have absolutely nothing. Hill picking up the win.
Yeah,
I had Plessinger or Plessinger. Is that right? That's how you say it?
I I don't know. I think Plessinger sounds dumb. I guess it's however he pronounces it. I feel like it's Plessinger, but who am I to say?
We'll call him Frank. How's that sound?
We'll just call him that guy. Tell you what, it was driving me nuts the first couple laps when Bro and Ralph kept saying that Forkner was in the lead. It's like, that is not Forkner. Open your freaking eyes.
See, I
There,
don't.
the reason it was really funny is because first lap, the first time through the whoops, they're talking about Forkner's new suspension and how well it's working for him. They're obviously watching Hill, and if you were watching Forkner, he's going through the whoops, feet off the pegs, total Superman, just about died. Like, oh yeah, that suspension's working great.
It's like riding a cloud. Oh shoot. See, I don't know. I didn't even catch any of that. So
Oh, dude, you must have been sleeping.
I don't passed out on the couch. I don't know. But what did I do? Oh, what did I have? I had Plessinger. I don't even remember my top three. I think I had Hill for third. I don't know. I had second. I didn't do the fantasy picks, but uh, Clay did something for the PDR on like a giveaway thing. List the top three 250
Oh,
riders.
I
So
thought you were doing the midway thing so you could win passes and give them to me.
shit. I could try. That's
I
brutal.
tried. I was way wrong. I went with the feel good pick and picked Martin. Then I think I went Plessinger and then Hill. I blew it.
See,
I didn't think very hard though. I that's the first that is the first time I've ever gone and went. Let's see, how did they qualify? Boom, boom, boom.
which I don't even know that you can see. That's what gets so frustrating about fantasy. Like you can, you could be there watching, right? You can know everything about them, and it still might not do a damn thing for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
because
is why I usually never look at qualifying before I make picks. I usually don't care. I just go, yeah, it'd be nice to see this guy this week.
yeah. I wonder how many people were pissed about Anderson.
I was pissed about Anderson. He was in my top five, douchebag.
Oh man.
I mean, he had to be in just about everybody's top five. I don't know how you didn't put him there.
Right.
I feel like I feel like everybody had to have Dungy, Roxon, and Anderson in their top five, and if they didn't, they've never seen a race before in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh my gosh. I just saw that Grant finish sixth.
Mm-hmm. That was solid.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of was were they talking about? I can't remember who they were talking about now. Oh, they're talking about Tomac, and I actually felt kind of bad for him. They're talking about how he wasn't looking good, and man, he's got to start getting some better finishes, and man, it's just I don't know, he's something's just not right with him. And then they go immediately to talking about Reed, who he's Tomac is right on Reed's back tire, and they're like, "Man, what a ride for Chad Reed!" It's like you fucking dumbasses. I
Uh,
mean, I agree. Tomac has been a disappointment, but come on.
uh, yeah.
Just want to go to Ralph and say, "Get his dick out of your mouth."
Whoa.
After 9 o'clock, I can say that.
That's right. We can set the um. What am I trying to say? Like I can click a little button for mature audience, so we don't so we don't so we don't offend any snowflakes that are listening.
Just have a no snowflake setting. No snowflakes and no feminists.
Oh man. But yeah, that's about it, dude. Hang on.
Yeah,
Let
unless
me.
you want to talk about Martin shit in the bed.
Yeah. See,
What do we got to do with that guy? I mean, he's bringing me down. It's like, man,
I think the best thing, and I don't think this is a slam on anybody. Like maybe just and I like Supercross isn't his thing. I think that's the only
no.
I know he's won, but like
Some of it, and it's also bad luck. I mean, Granted, he doesn't help himself in the bad luck department because he can't seem to get a decent start. If he gets a decent start Saturday night, you know, he doesn't end up getting all wadded up in that first turn melee. And he was on a pretty good tear,
Mm-hmm.
making his way back through the pack. So I think with a decent start, he does way better. I don't know if he wins it, but he definitely does way better. I don't know. I just kind of disappointed in the guy, but I feel for him. Like I said, he's had some bad luck, but man, you just gotta kind of wonder what he's got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he added another, 6 inches to his overall height, that would probably help.
I don't. Yeah, I saw him crash or first turn. It's like it's kind of like damn, but like I'm not like totally shocked either. Does that make
No,
me sound like an asshole? It does.
no,
But
because that's how things have been going. I mean, like I said, I
here,
wasn't really a smart pick, but I picked him to win, and so yeah, I mean, I was bummed, but that's just how things have been going for him.
this could get me going on another little rant. But they were talking earlier this year on him being a title favorite. Like
I
like
didn't ever see him as a title favorite. I want to see him as a title favorite because I think he's capable, and I think he's on one of the best teams out there. But right now, I just don't see it.
right, and I'm like I don't. Are you picking him as a title favorite as to like just names that he's going up against? But like and I could just be blind, but like he hasn't really done anything supercross that like to me makes you want to like stamp it as a title favorite. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, he's not even in my top five for title favorite right now. I mean, or I should say, he wasn't at the beginning of the season. Much as I would love to put him there, you just can't.
send all hate mail to talkinmoto@gmail.com. We'll read them on the show.
It's not hate mail. There shouldn't be any hate mail. I mean, I'm a fan,
We are
especially now that
fans,
he's on the Geico team. I'm a huge fan. I want to see him do well, but you can't avoid talking about him because you like the guy and he's not doing well. I mean,
right?
it is what it is. Come outdoors, we'll be talking about him kicking ass again. I just about guarantee it.
So you snowflakes out there, don't freak out.
Keep your snowflakes to yourself, or I'll get the snowblower out.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. So hopefully he can get it flipped around. I'm sure he will. But and it goes back to what we were talking about before. Like, you know, you get that shitty start, and I hate to say it, a shitty start could be that sixth, seventh place, right? And whoever Hill, I don't want to say Davalos, Plessinger, whoever, some of these guys they get that start, and by the time you work your way through, like they're gone, you know.
Yeah.
And we've, I just that's what kind of bums me out is someone like even when like Roxon did get a start and Dungy's in that fourth spot. Like, yeah, he's only a few spots back, but man, I think that's all you need. But
Well, but that's when it comes down to, obviously you have to have the full package. You got to be able to get a decent start, and you got to be good on the track. But you also need to be able to make quick work of guys when they're in front of you. You can't. And I'm just as guilty about this as anybody. If I get a horrible start, if you're not, you know, taking the risks and trying to put guys away immediately, yeah, they're gone. That's just the nature of the beast. There's nothing you can do about that.
right.
You can't spend a lap or two laps trying to get around a guy. You got to go, and you got to go now. And that's where you take a guy like Cooper Webb. That's why he was so good in the 250 class because he could do that. He could get a 10th place start and make quick work of guys. He had that intimidation factor where he could make quick work of guys, get around them fast, and he was still a threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Roxon was the same way. You looked at the way Roxon was riding early on in the main. I mean, the guy was on a mission. It was kind of the role reversal between him and Cooper Webb was I thought was kind of entertaining. You know, he made that pass on Webb, and I think Webb just kind of caught him out of the corner of his eye or heard him and knew that holy shit, this guy behind me is hauling ass. And you can see Webb kind of all of a sudden check up and turn to the outside and be like, "Yep, go ahead."
See, okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I saw that on Web and I forget who he passed before that, but I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't want him, I don't want to say like, I want him to block pass Roxon, but it was just like, he like got by them pretty quick. Like they just almost like took the high line and let him go by.
Well, I definitely feel like Webb did, but I think, I mean, it's quite possible he thought he was about to just get completely run over too. I mean, Roxon was going to get around him. It didn't matter. Roxon was making that pass whether Webb moved to the high line or not. That pass was happening. He was going
Right.
to sneak it in there and make it happen.
Speaking of Webb, I think he got, yeah, fourth. So,
Yeah, top five. It's getting better. Still looked a little timid at times, but in the main, he definitely looked better. You know, for the 30 seconds that we got to see him.
you know, do you think, I know they do this, and this could just be me on a fan side of things, but like, who is the guy? And I don't know if you would know. Jeff, I think would know. But the guy that does the GP announcing, is that?
Oh,
I'm drawing a blank. But like, I like how they kind of run down the list a little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I guess I just wish they'd. I don't know. I just wish they would do that a little bit more. And I'm all right with spending more time on others, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, like sometimes it feels like they mention five guys like the whole time, the whole race. But
Yeah, and that's one area where I feel like back when it was on ESPN, they did a lot. They were a lot better about that. You know, they'd kind of go through at least the top 10. Um, I think they focus a little too much now on, you know, trying to find the exciting thing that's happening, which, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of times there isn't a whole lot. But I agree. Paul Malin's really good at that, about kind of going through the pack, but he also has 30 minutes plus 2 laps to do it. And in Supercross, you don't have that kind of time. So I don't know. You look at like Jason Wygant and Grant Langston, they do the same thing with the outdoor races. So I think it just kind of maybe they don't have the time, but I do feel like they could go, you know, okay, we're 5 laps in. Let's go through the top 10 quick. It's not like you got to spend 10 minutes talking about each guy.
right, right.
And there's nothing to say that, boom, you're going back through the pack talking about each guy for a few seconds. That if something exciting does happen, you can take a look at that. But I agree with you. Sometimes it's like, okay, why are we watching this?
Uh-huh. Nope. It just sometimes it gets kind of watching, I guess. That makes sense, right? Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, so I think we'll talk about this every week, just with it being new. Just I like to see how the new format kind of shakes out with um, how it used to be with the laps versus now the timed. So this week, an extra 2 laps. So 22 laps, a little over 21 minutes. So not too shabby. What was it? Mm-mm-mm. Oh shoot, that's the new format. So Dungey won A2 last year, and it was a little over 19 minutes. So not a huge difference, but
Yeah, a little bit though.
and then I thought this was kind of I don't know if it's neat, but if you take the top 5 from the 250s last year, no one's there. They're all
Hmm.
they're all East Coast this year. Um, so Webb won. Well, I guess Webb's on 450s. So Webb won last year, so it's about uh, almost 15 minutes. Now, oh my goodness. So now Hills win. Sorry, I couldn't find it. So now it's, a little over 16 minutes with 17 laps. So each class did, 2 laps. But I think you're right. I just like the new format when the lap times get so short. You know, when it's the low 50s, that's where I like it.
Yeah, I'm liking the new format. I have no problem. Like I said before, I don't understand why it took them so long to do it. To me, it's just obvious.
Yep. So, and I'm guessing it's going to stay the same until, you know, track time wise, what Daytona would be the only, you know, I guess wild card on that one, and unless we hit a mutter, but which unless it rains the day of, it seems like they've been able to do a pretty good job of getting the track ready to where they can still, race a pretty decent track. So,
Yeah, I feel like Daytona and probably Vegas. Vegas will be. It might shorten it up a little bit, but for the most part, I don't see it having anything but good effects um, on how long the races actually go.
yep.
The only other issue will be, and I guess it really won't be an issue. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that. Make me sound dumb.
Jason would like to retract his previous thought about statement.
You can edit that part out, right?
Yep. Yeah, we'll take that right out. No one will.
Good.
No one will know.
Good.
Hang on. Let's. I gotta bring up some useless knowledge.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Get ready. What? Let's see here. 2016. We'll say Glendale. I say Phoenix. Good enough. Who did we have for a winner in 450s Phoenix last year? Oh boy.
Asking the wrong guy.
Kenny Roxon. Aye, aye, aye. So I think we pretty much have to bet now that you would have to pick Dungey to win.
Well,
Right?
I've said the last 2 weeks that you got to pick Roxon until he gives you a reason not to. Well, now you got a reason not to. I think Dungy is the safe pick, but I don't know, man. I kind of feel like we might see Marvin pick off a win this weekend.
I like it. I like it.
I feel like that could be a bold prediction, but I don't know. I think he's got to be the favorite outside of Dungy. Sealy, I think, has a shot. I don't really know what happened to him um, on Saturday night, but if he keeps riding like that, I think he's got a shot if he gets a decent start. Um,
We are not on the same
and
page on that
and
one.
I think I feel like Anderson has a shot too if he can keep his freaking head on straight.
Keep the fist
Retard.
keep the fisticuffs to a minimum.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a bad idea for him to do that because I think I had a note of that. So yeah, it goes from fourth in points. Now he's back in ninth in points. So
Yeah.
that was a that was a mental brain fart.
I do feel like it's kind of shitty of the officials that he didn't find out that he was disqualified until he went up for the semi. It's like, how do you wait until then? And then he finds out from the trackside reporter. Like, come on.
I, well, you're right. But you would okay. All right. I get where you're coming from. But you have to assume now it should be pretty clear to everybody like you throw a punch at somebody, you're done, right?
Well, I think that goes without saying.
So,
I don't know if maybe he felt like I'm in the tunnel, nobody's going to see this, except for the fact that he's a complete idiot because every one of the KTM kids is right there.
uh,
But like you were saying, I guess stuff did happen on the track beforehand. The one thing that gets me kind of is, Freezy's mechanic did retaliate. So
right. And
how was there nothing there?
I know that's where it could get a little dicey. I I am okay with it. Like I feel Anderson kind of I don't feel like we said before Freezy's move. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Uh
No, everything on the track was perfectly legit.
yep. But I see Anderson coming after Freezy the first time, which like I said they didn't show that on TV, but it's out there. And then so he swats him one, and I don't really care if you like go pike on him and just start thumping him, which I thought was hilarious. Like,
Well, that was hilarious because I felt like Pike, as brutal as that looks, I felt like he definitely showed some restraint because if he really wanted to hurt the guy, he wouldn't have been punching him in the helmet.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That is pretty good. Just wailing on the guy, but yeah. So
I would like to hear Weston Pike weigh in on this weekend's antics and see what his opinion was on it.
mhm. But
Because you have to know the guy got a laugh out of it.
I'm not the only one. Oh shoot. But yeah, it was. Like I said, I'm fine with the call. I think if you wanna, I mean, yeah, his mechanic kind of shoved him, but like you have to agree that the aggressor off the track was all Anderson, you know.
I'll
So
agree, but I look at it like you look at hockey. 9 times out of 10 in hockey, you retaliate, you're the one that gets the penalty.
right,
Now, some people could say that yes, but Anderson was the one that retaliated. Totally get that, but you know, I don't. Maybe the mechanic's shove looked a little worse than it did, but it's like, dude, you pushed him right off the bike.
or maybe that's like karma right there. Like he's kind of pushing him around, and then gets pushed off his bike and eats shit in the tunnel.
Had to be pretty damn embarrassing. You get pushed off your bike right in front of those KTM kids.
I want to be like Jason Anderson when I grow up. Oh shoot. So, man, it was entertaining. So, all right, so we're gonna have you're going with Musk. You said Muskin for the win.
I think that's my pick for this weekend. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb.
It's I I'm not on the. I think it's cool Seeley got third. I just don't. I don't know. I I think that might be it. I don't. I could see him getting another third. I don't see him going any higher than third.
Well, agree to disagree.
And that's perfect.
I think you make it so he doesn't have to wear the rainbow gear, and he might have a little different attitude. So
Speaking of gear, did you see Plessinger's gear? That was pretty good.
mhm.
That was that was really bright.
Yes, well, there was a lot going on there.
All right.
Kind
Well,
of reminded me of the bottom side of a bus stop bench.
very colorful.
Yes.
I feel kind of jumping back and forth. I feel 450s. Well, like how you were saying Roxon, you pick Roxon until something else happens. I think now I'm just going to move that shoe down to Dungy. You know, I
Mhm.
think whether the order is different, you have to put Dungy either for a second or third the rest of the
Oh
way.
yeah, you have to put Dungy on the podium for
Um,
sure.
the 250 class, I have absolutely no idea on who to
Yeah,
pick.
I kind of said the last 2 weeks that I thought you had to pick McElrath until he gives you a reason not to, and I feel like he gave us a reason not to this week. So
But what happened this week that has happened the prior 2 weeks, right? He didn't get a good start.
exactly.
So I think that's the kicker. Like whoever can get that start, and I don't know. I feel like a broken record, but like I just one of those
Well,
top
that's
guys gets the start. It's tough to track him down.
that's nothing new. I mean, that's how it's always been.
Maybe they need a lava pit or a pit stop. Shake it up.
It's, it's not endurocross, Scott,
Oh,
and it's not NASCAR.
fuck. Well, I tried. I was trying to figure
But
out.
I do agree with you. I feel like 250 class is kind of wide open. I do see Forkner coming around. I think he could definitely get a win this year. Um, Obviously, Hill is a force to be reckoned with.
Well,
McElrath, I you give dude, I can't believe I'm even gonna say this,
you say Davalos.
but you give yeah yeah you give Stewart a few races. I mean, he's obviously proved that he's a beast. If he gets in shape, he could be pretty good. So we might even see a win out of him this year.
Hmm.
That might be groundbreaking right there.
Are you drinking, Jason? Have
I'm
you?
not. I'm sticking with the Diet Mountain Dew tonight. I did not bust out the Coors Light for this evening.
Hmm. All right. Shit.
Speaking of Faulkner, I usually don't like that stuff that they do that isn't racing, but I thought that was kind of a nice little deal they did there.
That's what I
I
was.
I, I gained a little bit of respect for the dude
Yeah.
watching that.
No. Yeah. The little segment on Fortner this week, I thought too was it was really nice.
You know,
Um.
I think I could punch his dad. He seems like kind of a d bag, but
Hey, that it. That's your personal opinion, and I can't
I,
argue
I,
for sure.
I'm not saying I could take him, but I'm saying that He did kind of make me feel like I wanted to punch him.
I saw this little meme on Facebook today, and it was Trump, and it was like, and I'll move Davalos to the 450 class. And
I
like,
saw that too.
I'm like, I don't. We've talked about it last week or the week before. Like, do you really? This is an honest question. Let's say he is on a 450. Do you see him like lighting anything on fire in the 450s
Oh,
class?
dude, if Davalos is on a 450, his career is one season from being over.
Yeah, I don't see him doing anything that's gonna like why
I
did
don't even I don't even put him in the top 10 in the
yeah.
450s.
So it's just like I don't like I wanted to comment back, and this is I'm gonna try to work on this. Like I should have commented. Like who cares? I'm not gonna piss anybody off. Or in the worst case, we get into a little bench race and battle, and it's a good time. But I just I don't see him doing anything that's gonna be like he needs to go there. Let the dude race the 250 class. But
Yeah, or send him home because obviously he's here illegally if he can't go to Canada and get back.
build
I think
that wall.
I I think that'd be a funnier meme.
Oh man. So, but anyway, that was that on the politics side. But but yeah, to get back to the 250s for next round, yeah, I have no idea. And I think that's why I like that I'm not that it really would affect my attitude, but it's just like you can think all you want and yeah, they did this and that and everything else and they get a shitty start and there you go. There goes your picks. So,
Yep.
it's nice to just kind of chill and watch the races.
Yep.
But I was trying to
That's
find.
wh- that's why you don't race on paper. That's why they put them on the track.
There you go. Now I was trying to figure this out, and the race is on at 8 o'clock, right? Arizona's only an hour ahead of us, so it should be on at
Um,
8. Is that correct?
yeah, I
It's like
believe.
I'm kind of used to
Is it?
the 9 o'clock start, so I think we should be at 8 o'clock. I could be wrong. So
I don't remember. Are we on real time right now, or are we on real time in the summertime?
what do you mean?
We're on standard time right now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they are only an hour behind us.
Right. Yep.
It's in the
So.
summertime that Arizona is 2 hours behind us
Oh,
because they don't do daylight savings time.
well, they think they're better than everybody else.
No, they're smart. They all think the rest of the U.S. is stupid because they change their clocks, and I kind of halfway agree with them.
Oh man. So it should be fun. Hopefully no wet track. No one flood the toilets, please. With that, Jason, that's it. That's all I got.
I'm all right with that.
Cool. All right, everybody. We'll shut her down. Thanks for listening. And like we said at the beginning of the show, you can check the podcasts out on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, and then Twitch TV. So everything's up on talkinmoto.com. If you're buying anything on Amazon, make sure to go to talkinmoto.com. Click on that Amazon banner. And, hopefully I'll slow down just a smidge. But I got a new t-shirt design for Talkin' Moto.
Ooh.
And, I don't know, I can
Well,
throw...
will I actually get one this year?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Okay.
see.
Okay.
It's kind of a... I don't want to say vintage, but it's kind of... It's got like an older look to it, maybe. Not really flashy, just kind of...
Classic styling.
Yeah.
Classic styling. Yeah.
So we'll see. If that works out, I can put a link up for that. Maybe get some swag rolling, and we'll have fun with that. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, all that fun stuff on the Facebook page. And just for a little fun fact, let me bring it up here. We're getting a lot of likes with the Coors Light scans with the headphones on the old Instagram. So Instagram at Talkin Moto Podcast. Give it a like, share, and that's it.
That could be our new niche, man.
Drinking beers.
Talking Moto, the Drinking Moto podcast.
Dude, I don't know. Got to come up with something different. I think.
Holy crap, dude!
What?
It's like taking off. I just looked at it.
I I don't know. Got to be different. If people don't listen, they don't listen. But like, we're different. We're different than everybody else, and I like that. Different is good.
And I'm surprised. I don't even know any of these people.
I know, right? So
Like, not a one.
that's
Okay,
good.
I know a couple of them, but yeah.
Boom. All right, let's get the hell out of here. I've had 2 beers. I really got to pee. So, catch you guys next week.
Now you took it too far.
Wait for it. Wait for it.